When we attempt to offer life to someone, in the best care, we're attempting to give them control over their movements, thought, and consciousness. And the worst, the hope that perhaps they'll acquire this over time. If our conscience tells us that there's no hope, then we're not extending life, but we're preventing death as a blessing, as a relief. Then we're offering life not as a gift, but as a torment and torture. And our own intervention says more about our lack of faith or our difficulty in intervening in the dilemma as doctors or relations with love and faith. In a recently published book which deals with the life of contemporary ascetic Saint Paisios of the Holy Mountain, it is reported quite clearly that as soon as he felt he was no longer able to pray, he told the doctor to stop treatment. In this instance, we see the holy elder refusing further medical support with the result that the moment of death was probably brought on earlier. Since the elder was unable to pray, he didn't need any more time. He had need only of eternity. His biological life had ceased to have any value. It was replaced by the expectation of his departure. This is not a selfish desire for relief on the part of a person, but a humble confession that the end of biological life defines the beginning of true life. This multidimensional attitude to pain and death is not due to an unclear position, but demonstrates absolute respect for human freedom and the uniqueness of every person. The deeper condition of each soul gives voice to its wishes and defines its choices. People derive their personal value not from their individual interests or rights, but from the fact that they were made in the image and likeness of God. Any intervention in their lives is permissible only insofar as it does not disrespect this feature of theirs. The contemporary dilemmas into which we have been brought don't have clear answers. Our relationship with the unknown, which is engendered by our acquired knowledge and progress, may teach us the deepest truths, provided we stand before it with humility and respect. Active euthanasia has the characteristics of barbarity of murder, and so called passive form has the element of abandonment. The church is opposed to both. Where it sees the need for dialogue is the rejection or termination of non invasive therapy, because on occasion that course of treatment does not cure but torments without cause and hinders the blessing of death. The crisis which then occurs is then entrusted to the conscience of the doctor. This is why the role of the church is, perhaps, not so much to give instructions for the dilemma, so as much as to refine consciousness, to provide guidelines rather than take a decision, because it gives light. It doesn't steal freedom. The decision and weight of the responsibility rest with each of us. The responsibility and purview of the church isn't to protect us from our mistakes, but teach us from them. This is why it doesn't punish our errors, but forgives them and teaches us through them.